So y'all, at this point, I don't know why this keeps cutting off. So I better hurry up. I know this is a smaller gig card. I don't know if that's it or not. Did you just hear me like flip down in my chair? Okay, so that's the two palettes in comparison. I do like the MAC one just as much as I like the Fame one, and no, I no longer feel like they are dupes. So I'll keep it. I do still love this Laura Geller blush, Tropical Hues. I am going to go and get it in Malibu, and we must hurry because she's going out of business, which is just terrible. I hate that. I don't feel like I like either one of these. I'm sorry, I normally like a lot of your stuff. Like your brushes, but I'm not crazy about this Confidence in a Cream. It's too sticky. And maybe it's a combination of this and this together, but this cream foundation, even though I dug down in it like I'm supposed to get the serum, I don't think I over applied it or under applied it. I just think it's sticky, and it's probably very moisturizing, but because it's a cream base, I just feel like it's too much. It's just, I feel even, I just set it with powder, with the IT powder, the Bye Bye Pores pressed powder, silk powder. I just set it with that, even set my concealer with that. We'll see. We'll see how it wears throughout the day, but I felt like I was getting a buildup of makeup here and here, you know, wherever there's wrinkle creases. So now I need to quickly move on to brows and lashes. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I didn't blend. You can always see when you don't blend, can't you? That's how did I know? Because see this line right there? That's such an unblended line right there. So I always start on the inner. Just blend that line out. Blend out the transition area, and then blend that out so there's not a line. You know? Yeah, it looks much better. It looks much more blended than that. I see how there's a very sharp line there, and here it's kind of just diffused. And if you feel like there's still too much back here, you can always take the back meaty part of your hand and just kind of lightly just get it off. It looks much more blended than that does. So let's again dust that off from where I just blended it. And use this front area first. This is a blending brush by Sigma, not IT. There we go. This is a tapered blending brush E40 from Sigma Beauty. Just any blending brush. The blending brushes will have a lot of flexibility to them because they're just moving the product around. That's why. The application brushes are going to be a little more dense. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Make sure I kind of got it off that back area. And then I'm using my little makeup towel down here is what you can't see to wipe any additional makeup off. And I'll flip it and turn sides so that I'm not using the same side over and over. And when I feel like it's dirty enough, then I flip out my new one and throw this one in the wash. Okay, I'm using the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil, and I really do like this a lot. It's got both the spoolie on one side and the very tiny nibbed, and I brush through first just to kind of see what I'm doing, get any old product that didn't come off. And then I go with this nib and go straight under where my natural line is. So the first thing you want to do is reinforce what you got. It also gives it that little tail end, and then up from the tail, I go straight up and come back down, and that gives me my arch. See where I've got this little space now to fill in? So now I'm going to try to just up, down, up, down, up, down until I reach that arch. And there I'm there. And then you can backfill a little. It kind of tells you where the height should be, and see now that I've got that, you can, if you want to, come a little bit in front and fill in to go straight up little wispy lines. Some people do a real harsh, you know, cut line. That's not for me, but if you like that, go ahead. Now for me, just because I feel like that's not even far enough back there. Here. Now I'm going back with the spoolie, and I'm going to comb through very slowly. I don't want to mess this up. And even twirl this a little to make sure I comb through these lines so they don't look so much like lines. Now the reason that I did that so slow And this is why. See up here where I got some fallout? You can see, is when you brush up, some of the product comes through. You can dust that off, or if you want to, just use the side of your finger and kind of just very carefully go by it. And that gets off any that came up there. And then brush back through lightly, just to stand them up. Just stay on the root, the bottom end, really. There. And that just kind of destroys the line, so it makes it look a little more natural. But you still have a nice high arch. And you can see the difference between the two brows. Now, you don't have to go that high. I could have gone lower. And some days I do. Okay, so again, we're going straight through here and reinforcing this bottom arc. And then just let go so you have a little tail. Go up from the tail visually to right there. And that tells me I need to come down like that. And now I need to take from over here to there. So I'm going to just, and you do it in brushes from up, down, because you want to look like hairs. See how I did that? Some of this is coming off, and it's kind of red toned. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Get them right next to each other so they look like a little hairline. And then I am going to do a little few of them through here just to carry that color through for one thing. There. I feel like that got too high. It did. It's too high. That's alright, we'll fix it. Alright, so now I'm going to come through here again and just comb off some of this. There's that long hair again. Do you see it? He just wants to be long. I just trimmed him day before yesterday. He's already back. Alright, and because that's just a little too high, I'm going to use my finger this time and just kind of, when I go by to clean it up, I'm going to go a little harder right there and clean it off. There, I got him. But when you do that, again, you lay it down a little too much. So brush back up again. There you go. That just kind of shows the tip end of the hairs up. So it looks a little more natural. That's all it is. There. Yeah, and it's also taken off some of that color so it doesn't look so much like a line. There we go. There. Brows are hard, y'all. It's hard to get them even. It's hard to get them right because when you look up close, it's nothing like when you look from far away, so you have to go back and forth, back and forth. They're hard. Brows are hard, I think. And that's why I always keep a little bit of bang over them in case I just like totally messed it up. It kind of like blurs them. Okay, now we are going to do liner, and we're going to use the IT Cosmetics No Tug Waterproof Anti-Aging Gel Liner. And just doing the, I do the inner waterline. Some people also tightline. You can. And because this is so gel-like and waterproof, it really is no tug. I don't think there's any better than this. I like the Tartist as well, and the convenience because on the other end it has the liquid. Also, the reason I'm not going to tightline is because if I just blink real hard, this imprints on the top as well. I am going to do a little touch of liner, so we'll use, this is Maneater Tartist. And I'm just going to go back here because we've already blended that. Give myself a tail. Now that is, I have to tell you guys. Oh, this is the one that's the, like the DHC. This is an actual brush. This isn't the felt tip pen, so it's much thinner line, y'all. Much thinner. Look at that. So thin I didn't really expect it. Now I've got to use the tip to kind of fill it in. It looks fine, I guess. It's hard to tell. Is that about the same? I think so. And I already had some mascara on. How odd of me to put mascara on before I did all this. Because now it's got stuff all over it. Wow. You know what I'm noticing? When I used that IT Cosmetics, it really did fill up the pores. But I didn't really pat it that hard. on this side where I've got so much of the highlighter on the nose. Or maybe that's why it looks that way. But I am going to use more right on this side of my nose. Because that looks really smooth and this does not. Let's just really fill those pores up. Make sure you knock it off. It's not, it doesn't have a color, to see if you're wondering. Gosh, that looked very white. Well, that's why you got to blend it in, make sure you've got it in good, but it doesn't have a color. If anything, it's brightening because it has a touch of white in it. Okay, so we'll see how that goes for the day. I feel like I put so much powder on today, y'all. I just flick off any fallout from doing all that. I can feel fallout because my nose is tickled. Which is probably powder. Oh no, it was a little dog hair. Or actually, that didn't look like a dog hair. It looked like a little fuzz from a shirt or something. Sweater, I mean. Okay, so we have everything on. I already had on my mascara, but I may touch it up just a little bit. Because I already did it early. I was just going to do lipstick and mascara, and then I decided no. But now I've got powder on my mascara, so I need to touch back up the black color. And I'm using the Lash Blast from CoverGirl. I don't need to add much because, like I said, I already had it on. Just mainly, I'm just getting the color on there again. I don't even have to go back in there into the barrel. There's plenty still on the brush. And again, I'm just getting color on this because, like an idiot, I did my mascara. I was thinking I wasn't going to put makeup on except for mascara and lipstick today, so that's why I came to the camera with mascara already on. But all that powder made the black kind of dissipate. So there is my look, y'all. There is my look for the day. What do y'all think?